Hello, welcome to this application where I want to illustrate what I want to achieve in my Flask applications. This is an example of the application that is designed using the R-Shiny platform. The advantage of this R-Shiny platform is that much of the JavaScript has been done in the back end. So as a designer, I don't have to understand the JavaScript itself. I just need to know how to insert each of these buttons. So the idea is that there are some fields that are dynamic. For example, if a user clicks this field, the step size radio button, then he or she is required to enter the step size, rather h. In this case, it's 0.2. On the other hand, a user can be given the number of steps and not the step size. So in that case, you will be required to check this radio button here. And if he or she does that, you realize that this field here will now change from step size to number of steps, and the field will change from a text field to a drop-down menu where the user can select the number of steps. So that's what I would like to achieve in my my Python Flask application, that there are those fields that are dynamic. Another dynamic field is this one here. You can see when it's not show values on graph. This is the graph we are talking about. There's a plot here. So there are some users who may want to display these values here on this graph. So to do that, you simply check this button here, and then there's a communication here telling you something. They're telling you values may overlap if values are hidden to the right. Please change the x-axis. Then this one here, note that values will not be shown. So in our case, the values have not been shown because n is greater than 15. So I'll just change this to 14, for example, then evaluate. This is how it adds those values. So the idea of like assistance is not the mathematical computations that are running this application, but rather just the JavaScript part that makes it dynamic in this manner. Again, well, the dynamic user inputs, that's first, and two, the fact that I can change some input here. For example, if I change this and I click evaluate, I'm getting new values without having to refresh that without this page here refreshing. So for example, I can change this to 19. If I click, this graph changes without me updating anything. If I choose 11, it does the same thing, and so on. Now this is what I would like, maybe I can demonstrate another one. This is the other one. This is another application. It's the same idea that there are some fields like this drop-down menu. There are fields, if I change, they will display some additional user input here. This is particularly the option successive over relaxation. If I click on it, you can see that there's a new field that has been added here. And if I click on this one here, it's a new field also added, but now it's a different label. Again, this one, if I click, for example, I can select this, and then you can see if I click evaluate, the result is changed here without refreshing this page. You can see what is happening. If I put here value, for example, 1, this value should change. If I put 1.5, 1.2, then I should see those values changing. So it's this idea that I would like to be reflected in this Flask application, particularly. Well, this is a differentiation application. I know you don't worry about the mathematics of this application. What is important, what I would like help in is there are a number of options for this drop down here, or rather for this user input here, the simplification method. So if for example, a user chooses factorize, then differentiate, it gives you this expression. If I change the order, maybe 3, it gives you another expression. Now, what is important to me is this option here requires an additional user input, particularly the grouping rather than like term. So if a user clicks on it, I would like a field to be displayed down here. So that now it allows him to put that particular term that he wants the collection to be done. Currently, what is happening is that I have to click this button here for that field to be displayed here. So if I click on it, then it's when this field comes down here. But that's not what I want to happen. I just want when I'm here, sorry, and click on this. When I'm here, if I click on collect immediately, that field is displayed here. And as you see now, this one here moves to the other section here without having to refresh this page, as you can see here. So that's all I would like to get help in. Thank you.